So this is going to be another movie review. This one's called The Odd Life of Timothy Green, 2012. I'll give this 2 out of 5 stars. Anyways, not a good flick. It's a Disney family fantasy movie. It's about this couple. They're trying to adopt a kid, and they tell the story of Timothy Green, who's somehow magically sprouted from their garden. I didn't like the sort of environmentalist killing trees versus killing leaves kind of theme on this one. I thought it was pretty bad. And it's too long. It's an hour 45 minutes. It is a bit of a tearjerker towards the end, and I could sort of relate to the parents making mistakes kind of thing. But Timothy Green is kind of a super dork. I mean, he's playing dodgeball, and the sun comes out of the clouds, and he just goes like this, and then he gets bonked on the head. What kind of kid behaves like that? Kind of lamest kid you can imagine. And then when he has the opportunity to finally score the winning goal after his teammate gets injured, taken off the field, he kicks the ball in the wrong goalpost, and they end up losing. So yeah, that was kind of I don't know why they Disney likes to promote kids who are different or deformed or something. He's got leaves growing on around his ankles, and then they try to cut it off, and it doesn't come off. It just breaks the scissors. His girlfriend has this big red mark on her chest. That's why she likes Timothy Green. He ends up kicking her in the head after diving in the swimming pool. And I guess the reason why he sprouted up in their garden was because they wanted so badly to have a kid, but they couldn't do it on their own. So I could sort of relate to that. Anyways, I felt the same way when I got married the second time. I was thinking, man, my first wife, she didn't want to be a housewife. And then I married the second time, and I thought, wow, this lady's really serious about having children. And then, of course, she changed her mind. After my son was born, she started having complications with the C-section. She didn't like that C-section operation. And then her breast got infected. So things are not always what they seem. My first wife told me we were going to have kids by the time she turned 30. She lied. My second wife told me we were going to have 3 kids. She lied. So I've just had bad luck over the years, but I could sort of relate to the parenting thing. That's why I'm not giving it 1 star. The kid was darky. I didn't like the environmentalist kind of message. The song at the end was horrible during the rolling credits. And what else? I guess that's about it. I just couldn't get into this movie. I couldn't relate to any of the characters other than them being parents, making mistakes, yelling at each other, that kind of thing. Kind of reminded me of my second marriage, but because I wanted to do it, adopt kids, and my ex-wife said, "No way, I'm filing divorce papers." That was the end of that. Now she's constantly battling me in court because she has some kind of grudge against me. She doesn't like me at all, and she just thinks I'm this crazy white person, I guess. Who knows? But anyways, they buried a box in their backyard, and they kept wishing for a kid. And after it rained on their property, it didn't rain anywhere else besides their property, by the way. The kid just shows up with mud all over himself, mud all over the house, and he calls them mom and dad, and they willingly accept this weird kid with leaves on his legs because it's everything that they wish for. And like I said, the kid is really darky, and he does everything wrong except for doing a pencil portrait of the mother's former boss. The mother likes to talk back to her boss. She's kind of a stingy old woman, like Lady Duck Soup and Shake, Rattle, and Roll. I forgot her name, but she's really old and stingy and mean, I guess. But the kid gets along with her fine, and he pencils her portrait. And then the mother starts talking back to her boss, telling her everything that's wrong with her, and then she ends up getting fired. And then we see the stingy old lady again at the end when they're supposed to be closing. They're under the impression, the whole town is under the impression, that the pencil factory is shut down, and there's all this union stuff. Another thing that I'm not really a big fan of, labor relations, unions, and whatnot. Another reason to dislike this movie. And so she's in it. Emmet Walsh was the reason why I got this movie, because I got two people in here in this chat room. Anyways, Emmet Walsh is plays Uncle Bub. He ends up dying, and then he gets one leaf from Timothy's leg, and it's in the deleted scene. There's a lot of bonus features on this. After all, it is Disney, so they try to promote this film and all the other films, including the deleted scene. The trailer, I think, is in there, and that's about it. A bunch of other sneak previews, Disney stuff, and there's Lois Smith. She plays Aunt Mel, Uncle Bob's husband. Then there's the annoying aunt. She kind of reminds me of. My ex-wife, the Tiger Mom, and Timothy kind of the sister tries to embarrass Timothy by making him do an encore during the music recital, and so he just starts doing the cowbell, and they do "Lowrider" song by War. The parents get up there and start singing "Lowrider" while Timothy's banging on the cowbell. There's stuff like that the Timothy and his girlfriend like to go out in the forest and make these artsy kind of I don't know how to describe it. It's kind of artsy colors in the forest, I guess. And the mother's about to chew her out, like, stay away from my son. But she sees the artsy stuff in the forest and she goes, wow, this is amazing. What else? Yeah, not a great flick. It's not my favorite genre to begin with, and there's so many things wrong with it. Like, why is the kid acting so dumb and dorky? That was never explained. They talk about saving trees by making pencils out of leaves. Really? That's completely ignoring the factors of production. In order for trees to die, they have to be produced first. And that part kind of irritated me. The environmentalist / naturalist, ecologist kind of angle on this. I'm not into any of that. One of the reasons why I disliked Deliverance. But anyways, not a good movie. Gets a pretty high 6.6 out of 10 on IMDb, and it has a lot of ratings too, 43,868. So I'm rating it a little bit lower just because, I don't know, I could sort of relate to it. I knew it could have been a much better movie, but it's just has too many problems. I just couldn't get over how irritating it was to see this kid just completely make an idiot out of himself in front of all these adults, and the parents just squirming and saying, "Oh, I'm such a bad parent. Why did I do that? It's all your fault." And it's just like going to one of these BS kind of family law mediation sessions. That's what it reminded me of. It's pretty lame, this movie. Not recommended. Don't check it out. I posted Emmet Walsh in the description box. I forgot to post Lois Smith's name in there, so I'll do that now, and we'll get this home economics and the home economics and the saga of the Viking women and their voyage to the waters of the Great Sea Serpent. We'll get that going. What's coming up on Netflix? Let's see. It's a little slow. Sorry about that. I've got 501 DVDs on my Netflix queue, in case you're interested. And any day now. over 15 minutes on this video. I've got fiber for it, but for some reason loading Netflix is really slow. Okay, so I'm giving the Life of Timothy Green 2 out of 5 stars, same as National Lampoon's Gold Diggers. And then Netflix is supposed to be shipping me another one. They're kind of dilly-dallying with it, so I probably won't get it till Monday, but looks like I'll get Chasing 3000, 2007, The Wool Cap, 2004, and then this one looks pretty good, Haunted Echoes, 2008. It's a Sean Young movie with Emmet and Walsh, ghost story. I want to see Sean Young. I always had a crush on her when she played that robot in Blade Runner. I liked her hair, and at one point I know she had hairy armpits, but anyway, she's pretty hot for a white woman. Be interesting to see what she looks like in 2008. I think I know what she looks like, but still pretty good looking in her old age, in my opinion. She did lose her incredible face and her hairdo. Blade Runner is just absolutely spectacular. I don't know. I had a big time crush on Sean Young when I was a kid watching Blade Runner for the first time. That was really exciting for me. It had the dystopian kind of theme. It's nice to see that she's in the low-budget horror. It's looks like a classic ghost story with very little gore. Yeah, low budget horror. Looking forward to that, and Haunted Echoes. I'm going to go through a couple of other PG-13 movies. I think I mentioned them already, but yeah, just kind of getting the feel for movie reviews here. Don't have much going on at work today, so it's just been kind of a slow day. I was thinking about getting a donut for my son at Safeway. We'll see how he likes that, and cook him some noodles, get his snack bag going, and a Sprite drink. He'll be happy, and so I'm looking forward to that later today, and that's about it. Not much else going on, just hanging in there. Oh, one of the construction guys at my full-time job, where I normally work in the office, but I'm working at home thanks to the coronavirus hysteria. One of the construction guys actually had the coronavirus at my workplace, so he put tape all over the truck, and one of the supervisors keep going back to the office, meeting with the San Francisco inspectors in the city, and I guess he doesn't care if he gets the coronavirus. He just leave all his money to his wife, and strange guy. He's over 60 and he smokes cigarettes too, so he's more at risk of dying, especially if he doesn't follow the holistic approach, and he just does what the major medicine professionals tell him to do, namely just stay at home and die. We don't care about you, kind of thing. But anyways, I had to throw that coronavirus in there to make it like a legitimate Avarice Ichiban movie review during the time of the coronavirus hysteria that's going around. So that's about it. I think I did pretty good on my social worker mediation yesterday, 2 hours. I held my composure. I didn't lose my temper too much, but my ex-wife sure did. She was not happy, and I don't know what the court's going to do, but my fingers crossed. Because, like I said yesterday, I'll do anything for my son, even if it means going back to court all these times and listening to my annoying ex-wife complain about nothing important. So we'll get through this. My son and I know he's got strong character, and he can get through it. He's been doing a great job being a good kid, even though we went through divorce, which is quite remarkable. And it is a testament to somewhat to his mother, who's never around. Even so, I have to give her at least some credit for raising my son a little bit. And I did that yesterday. She said I was telling her that I was blaming her for everything. And I said, no, I think she does some good things, but I just don't trust her. That's all. So hopefully that went over well, and we'll see what the court does. You never know what family court is going to do. It's like totally unpredictable. So it could come out in my favor. We'll see how it goes. But just thought I'd throw that in there also, because I was thinking about it. You know, when I go through these mediation things, I tend to pace around and think a lot. So I hope my son can continue his good streak through all this commotion. And I'm definitely looking forward to seeing him. Even though I love doing these movie reviews, watching movies. I like it when he's here and he likes to show me all these websites and stuff. Pretty cool guy. I can see why he has lots of friends at school, because he's just like a social butterfly. He likes to interact with people, which is a good thing. I'm glad that I rubbed off on him a little bit. But anyways, that's the end of my review. Laters.